Hi there, guys, friends, chess lovers. Uh, I had a simul today, playing with 21 people together against one high-rated opponent. The simul giver. So it's part of the Monday afternoon competition. I think the highest rated in that competition how you say this, because the simul giver also plays on the Monday, but he's hardly ever there because he has other stuff to do also, like I think work or something. But the person who is who plays pretty much every week, I'm not quite sure, but I think he probably has like a rating of 1900. That's the highest rated player, and he's been the champion of the last 2 seasons. And the guy we played today, he's rated official FIDE ELO rating of I think 2200, give or take a few points. I played him once before in a simul, and on Thursday morning, and I was the second but last standing. And we played with 14 people. Now today it was 21 people, and I had some kind of a hope that I'd be ending at the last 10 players. Yeah, the last 10 standing. And I'm quite happy with how I played. Yes, I fumbled at the end, so I didn't win. Actually, out of 21 people, 2 people actually managed to win against him, the champion of the last 2 seasons, and yeah, some other guy who's pretty much in the middle of the ranking. Also a good player, but yeah, it was a bit of a surprise that he. I think it's a bit of a surprise that he won against him, but he played well, and yeah. And I think a simul, and it's quite hot weather today. I think the simul giver is not too keen on hot weather, so it might have been a bit overheated or something. Because I did notice that he had some trouble at some boards, and the last time I played him, he just annihilated everyone without any excuse. Just wiped them off the board. So he had a few opponents who were quite solid. I actually ended. So there's 2 winners, and out of the losers, I ended up with the last, the third last player. So there's 2 players still playing after I got checkmated. So I'm really happy with that, because with 21 players, that means that 16 players got checkmated before me, or were in such a dire position that they resigned. So yeah, really happy with that. I played with 74% accuracy, which is not great, but against like a 2200 rated opponent, I think is pretty solid. He didn't play too great, 86%, but I managed to stand tall until I actually did make a massive blunder, which completely cost me the game not straight away, but within a couple of moves. So without further ado, let's have a look what happened. So as when you're playing in a simul, you always play with black, as far as I know, at least with when we play this guy. I think it's normal, because then he doesn't have to think different colors and stuff, and it avoids any kind of trickery. I think when you play 1 white 1 black, you can actually discuss behind his back, and then you make each other move or something, like you play him against himself. So yeah, So I played with black, and he started with the e4 pawn, and it's standard stuff, nothing special. And I hate the Ponciani, which he's going to do. It's my absolute nightmare. Yeah, it's probably the one opening which I have still not any clue how to defend against it. Bringing my knight out here is, as far as I know, my best option rather than here, because then you get chased around all over the board. In this case you still get chased around all over the board, because you take the pawn, he takes the pawn, you need to step away. Yeah. I actually looked at this the other day. I think I might have made a video about it. Best thing to do is give a check, and then he blocks, and you just trade off the bad bishop. Well, actually, it isn't a bad bishop, but hang on, my cat is going crazy. No, I don't think it's that the black squared bishop is bad, but yeah, I actually did think, yeah, as I said, I actually looked into it. I made a video about it actually, I think, also looking at the analysis, and rather than retreating, the best option is to give a check, and then yeah, well, if he blocks with the bishop, you can trade off the bishops. If he blocks with the knight, eventually if he starts pushing his pawn, you can bring it back here. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so I didn't do this. So if I would have done this, he'd be still up half a point, but now he's up 1 point. So yeah, but like the evaluation bar moves up and down until pretty much somewhere where I start to fumble. He's slightly better pretty much the whole game, but not a lot. So now he pushes the pawn again, and I need to retreat. There's not many other places I can go to, but this is fine. I wanted to push this pawn and reroute my knight here. So yeah, castle. Usually he's trying to trap my bishop, so I make an escape square and put a tempo on the bishop. So a multi-purpose move. Create some space for my bishop to come out. I first thought like I might want to push this pawn, but then I thought like he might push and then it's all locked up, and yeah, that's very, very bad for me. So I'm lucky I didn't do that. I'm glad I didn't do that. So, and this is pretty okay. I'm slightly a little bit better again, half a point behind now. And I did wonder if I just get out of the way with the queen, get out of the pin, or push this pawn, and did realize that I'm making the light squares weak. And even though Stockfish doesn't mind pushing this pawn, because I did actually push this pawn, it's actually the best option. The light squared bishop did become a huge problem for me. It wasn't like a major problem, but it was a pain in the ass, and I couldn't get rid of the bishop, as you'll see in a minute. But I made a mistake also, and because of the light squared bishop being there, that cost me the game. But I don't think it would have mattered that much if I didn't push the pawn. I'm not sure. But anyway, Stockfish says this is fine. Actually, hang on. If I would have stepped away. No, this is actually an inaccuracy. Oh yeah, coach. So no, okay, I made the right move, the best move. I was not quite sure, because I'm really looking into the knowledge about the squares, the weak squares. So now my light squares are weak. So I was thinking if I push, I might be able to get this knight here and trade off the light squared bishop, which is the one that can cause trouble. Anyway, so this is fine. Okay, so he doesn't like that, but fine by me. I was quite surprised he was pushing his pawn because he's obviously opening up his king, his kingdom. Yeah, as you can see, he's continuously pushing, attacking. Like now, I'm back to the last 3 ranks, and he's got all the space he wants. It'll change. Eval bar says we're even now. He's slightly better, 0.2 points. Okay, so he wanted to go there rather than. So now I'm equal. This would have still been equal, and this, like I did, I'm upon a point behind now again. He doesn't actually trade, so now we're actually equal again. And this was a bit of a pickle because obviously he's looking at this square for a fork, like forking me here. It is defended now by my knight, but I also wanted my knight to be free to capture his bishop because this is the light squared bishop which I wanted to get rid of. So I needed to. Well, the only way I could see around it is like to go all passive again and bring my bishop back. And now this is not the right move. Stockfish actually say go for the bishop, but I was like, okay, well this is, if I go for the bishop, and if he goes here, leaves a pawn without defenders. What? Okay, so what? Okay, right, okay, yeah, Stockfish is, Stockless is fearless. He said, oh, well, just grab the pawn. If he takes your queen, you can take his queen. He takes your knight, and I take his knight. Ruthless. Yeah, I'm not there just yet. Anyway, so this didn't happen. I went all passive, covering this square, and he steps away. Didn't want to give up his bishop because I think this is a strong bishop for him, because obviously this light squares are weak. And now I thought, like, trade off this pawn and bring my knight out. He wanted me to go here. I'm not quite sure, but okay, so first he okay, because he's gonna push me away, and this pawn is then probably gonna be weak or something. I'm not quite 100% sure. So he doesn't like this, but he's still slightly up. And now I thought, like, let's trade the knights, and it was really tricky now already, because this knight is not hanging, but I've got an attack on this knight, I've got an attack on this knight, even though it's defended. It's getting a bit tricky already. He takes the pawn, opening up the diagonal to this bishop. So in this position I took, and he's only still half a point up. And then he took, and then I don't. Well, you can like he walks around, and then he comes back to your table, and you make a move. But you have the opportunity to skip a move, skip a turn, and then you have to think, because I needed to think about this a little bit longer, because there's like a lot of stuff going on. He's obviously taken my knight, so I can recapture here, defending this square, or I can take this, which is only defended once. But if I do so, he can take this here. Oh, actually, he could take this with a check. And I need to block, and he can take, and I can take. But then he's think. I think it would have been. Let me have a look. So I'll show you what I was thinking about, which I didn't do. I thought about going here. Okay, so that was a bad move. Yeah, that was a bad move. Okay. Yeah, actually, and I did make a wrong move. I took it here with the knight. Oh, actually, hang on. What did I do? Yeah, I took it with the knight. He wanted me to take it with the pawn. I'm not 100% sure why. Oh, maybe because if he goes here, then, which obviously, hang on. Then he maybe would have gone here. Or whatever. Yeah, I think this is all, after all captures, it's an equal trade. So no matter what happens, I think if he takes here, I can take there. He can take here, I can take here, and he can take here, and I can take here, and it's all equal. And it's 0.0. Complete draw. So I could have done that actually. No, actually, sorry. This wasn't the right idea. I also thought about maybe going here, looking at the rook, but no, it's not the right idea. So, yeah, I did say to the people beside me, like, oh, I think I can actually win a knight. But then I thought, like, actually, hang on, he's got two attackers on this, with the piece he already captured something with. So, but this would have been better. And I took with the knight, which is not the right thing to do. So now he comes in with the fork. Forking these two pieces, and I have to give up my my bishop, which is the light squared bishop, which obviously is defending this square. So this is why I was hesitating in the beginning to push this pawn, because it creates a weakness on the light squares, and it's biting me in the ass at the moment. So get rid of the bishop, and okay, this actually would have, this would have actually been a little bit better. But I wanted to have this pawn defended also, in case the bishop goes away. And so now it's defending this and this. That was my whole idea about it. What was going on? Oh, he pushed the pawn, which Stockfish doesn't like. So he's up 1 point. I bring it back. Let's defend it twice, my knight. And I was kind of hoping that he'd take me, because his bishop is really strong here, and therefore he didn't trade off his strong bishop for my kind of weak knight. I'm not quite sure why he only moved here, because it doesn't really do anything as far as I can tell. I'm already putting my rook on a semi-open file, because if this knight moves... Oh, he pushed his queen here to defend this pawn. Yeah, that's the reason. And now he pushes this pawn, which leaves this square undefended for my knight. It's a good outpost, so that's where I go. And now he challenges the file. So I trade, and I challenge the file again, and then he went here. And that's where I took a long think. And he actually made a mistake already. Yeah, he didn't see it before. Yeah, so actually it is the right move. Why is this the right move? Okay, anyway, so yeah. You might see already that my position is very tricky now. And if you don't see it just yet, just maybe take some time to figure out what's gonna be maybe a problem in the future. Yeah, so he actually makes the right move. Yeah, okay, well, this is the whole tricky thing, and I didn't see it. So I took his rook, he took a rook, and I challenged the file again, and I don't think he must have not seen it either, because he brings his rook down here. And then I thought, like, I was because I was trying to I was trying to play solid, but also I was trying to have control over the c file. So I thought, like, if I take this rook, which is the best move, he takes it, and I have a very passive queen. I can't obviously challenge the c file because that's just a gone queen. And my king is like in a my king can't move because of the bishop here. Yes, sure, I can push the pawn and then create a luft, but I thought this is very passive for me, and I'd be 1.5 points behind. But hence the reason that I actually thought, like, I don't want to trade the rooks. Yeah, I missed this. I missed it completely, and it's a major blunder. I pushed this pawn, trying to open up, because I was stuck with my queen defending this pawn. So I thought, like, if I open up this, he takes, I take. Yes, this pawn is still weak, but at least I have some. I can move my queen around. But now he steps here, and this is a way to winning queen. And if you're saying, like, well, you can move away with your queen, you cannot move away with your queen. You have to give up your queen, because if you say you step to the side, he takes, and you must block, because you can't move. So you block, and he just checkmates you. So, and there's nothing really there's nothing really else that I can do. Maybe I can go here, but it's still bad, because then he takes, and I'm pinned to the king. So in that case I would have lost a rook and a queen. But then again, he would have lost a rook also. So I don't think it really mattered. It was just hopeless anyway. So I decided to give up my my queen, take his rook, which is actually the best move in this position. And yeah, I mean, I probably could have resigned here. It's just hopeless. Why would I go here? I can't pin him. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, I was thinking maybe I can grab a few pawns and I don't know, maybe if I'm lucky at all, create a pass pawn or something. But obviously with doing this, I was considering going here, which maybe would have been better. Yeah, that would have been better, because now with this move going here, he just took my pawn, and he's not attacking anything, but this is obviously, well, obviously I wasn't even seeing it anymore. This is a checkmate. This is not a checkmate because I can block it. Actually, yeah, it's just over. And I don't think there's a, yeah, he said, I don't know why, but I thought, like, I thought this square with my knight blocks a checkmate for whatever reason. I'm not quite sure why I thought that. So I went here, and that's just a checkmate, and ended the game. So this is how it finished. And then together with some people who were beside me, I was thinking, like, okay, Stockfish actually recommends this. But I'm guessing he just takes it, and I don't think there's really that much I can do. I can't bring my yeah, there's nothing really. I can't bring my rook back, obviously, because then it's just a checkmate. So if I could have gone here, would that's also still checkmate, isn't it? Yeah, so he said go for a check, but then what? Here? yeah, I can check him again, but then he's probably just gonna walk over. Check him again, and he's gonna be here. And yeah, then there's nothing I can do anymore. I mean, I can't defend the checkmate. Yeah. So anyway, so it was yeah, a little bit dumb, but that's the thing. When you're making mistakes, you're someone not thinking clearly anymore. Anyway, that's what I have. And then I, for whatever reason, I thought like I'm defending a checkmate here, but actually I'm not. Checkmate. So yeah. But yeah, so until the 33rd move, I was slightly behind, but not a lot, which I'm pretty happy about against this 2200 rated player. And I made one major mistake. Yeah, one blunder. Oh, 5 mistakes. Okay, but I played with a 2000 estimated rating and he 2300. So yeah, altogether pretty happy. Ended with in the last 3 of the losers. So yeah, great accomplishments. And we're actually gonna play a simul again in 3.5 weeks. He's coming again to the Thursday morning competition, and looking forward to that. And see, I'm learning a black, not an opening, but play with for the black pieces. So that gives me 3.5 weeks to learn more about it and see if I can maybe surprise him with that. Don't think so, but you never know. Okay, well, I hope you learned something from this game and that you liked it. And if you do, give it a thumbs up. Share the video if you like it, if you want. Leave a comment if you wish, if you've seen something that I didn't see. Yeah, stuff like that. Alright, thanks again and see you next time. Bye bye.